Here.
Yeah, the best flower talk show there is. Hi, everyone. I'm Ana Galena. I'm a floral designer, and I love sharing the joy of living with flowers.
Yes, welcome everyone. I am Kara Jamison. I am looking all festive because it's almost 4th of July here in the United States. I am a cut flower grower and educator, and I really love to talk about flowers and how to grow them. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here I Dionne?
Oh my goodness. I'm a little jealous of this thing. Like I wish you'd sent one to all of us. I have these little guys that I'm like, can I shove this into yeah. It's very festive. I'm excited to be here for Firecracker Florals. Is this episode 10?
I think so.
This is episode 10.
Yes.
Oh, you guys, I'm Dionne Woods. I'm the owner and artist at the Turquoise Iris. I'm a creative business coach and artist, and I am thrilled to be a part of Bloom TV. You know who we are, but we really want to know who you are too. We want to know who our viewers are. So I want to prompt you today to tell us where you are, where you're watching from, because we know we have people all over the United States, but we also know we have people in Mexico. We have them all over the world. Even if you're going to catch this on the replay, let us know. We want to know where you are. Please. And we also want to know if you have questions. We want to know if you have suggestions. We're planning our show. We want to plan all the way through the end of this year. We're really excited. We're only on episode 10, but before you know it, we'll be on 20 and 30 and 40. And we're here for it. We're really excited about it. So we want to just remind you to comment and say hello. Tell us where you're from. We want to know who our audience is. And before we jump into today's episode, we're going to play our favorite song. Are we ready?
Oh my God, I love it. Welcome, everyone.
Welcome. So I see everyone on the stream right now. Barbie, Desiree, welcome. Thank you so much for being here today. We really appreciate it. Sherry. Hey, Sherry. So last week's show was super fun. We had Christina Berrigan on from Flora Society, and she taught us about how she has built this worldwide educational florist community. And we had such a good show, didn't we? Just like talking and connecting. And she was telling us how, she's going to start a garden with the students that she teaches because, flowers just really connect you to nature, and it's peaceful, when you grow them. And so we thought it would be fun to play you a quick clip of last week's show. So let's do that now.
Yes, let's check it out.
You are still on a hamster wheel, doing the same thing over and over, feeling like you're never catching up. It's time to create systems. It's time to streamline your process. It's time to start growing a team, because when I did all of those things, life got easier and profitability got higher.
It's just a really nourishing flower. They're often used in disasters where maybe oil has been spilled, like there's some kind of toxin is in the environment, because the whole sunflower plant can actually absorb these toxins, and they're used to help clean up the environment, which I think is really
What I noticed in some of the sunflower images, especially from the Van Gogh, is that he started with a darker background, meaning colors like burnt umber, burnt sienna, and more of a mustard color. So this is so easy, you guys. So you're shaking your head saying, I would never do this. I want you to know, yes, you definitely can. So I am just going to do easy. See, you just do easy.
Special occasions always require flowers, always. But you don't need to wait for a special day to get flowers. I mean, if you have flowers every week in your home, I guarantee when you walk into the room that has flowers, you will immediately smile. It will be inevitable. You will walk through that room and you will turn to look and you will be like, and that pause, it's gonna bring so much wellness to you.
I have a whole new respect for sunflowers. I'm going to tell you that. I learned from both of you, but as well as Christina with business and how building her community and implementing systems without help, and it can be such a struggle. And unfortunately, a lot of businesses that want to build communities, they stop before they really got started because systems and overwhelm. And so that the way that we talked about sunflowers also being like a leader in your community, in the garden, that filtered over into my weekly lesson, you all. I decided to teach sunflowers in my group.
Yay!
And I went ahead and did a whole 36 by 24 canvas last week in my group after that episode, because I just felt like that, the meaning of sunflower I learned was gratitude and loyalty. And this, I was so grateful for my group and their loyalty towards me. So it really has trickled down through days later.
I love the energy that goes on around us, because this week I also taught in my membership program about sunflowers. And it was because I got so many comments from viewers telling me like, Anna, I have a hard time working with them. We would like to know more about how we can enjoy them in our flower arrangements. So this energy that we have going, where we're all cheering at the same time, the same things. And I want to take this opportunity really fast to tell all of our viewers about Christina's Bloom bundle, because today's the last day you can get it. Okay, remember, this was only going on sale for 5 days, and today's the last day to get the Bloom bundle Christina told us about.
Yeah, the Bloom bundle is really great. It has 25 individuals that are in the floral industry, and there is 15 resources for your business, like everything from like how to price your flowers, how to price the stems. And it's not just for a flower business. Like there's a class in there that just talks about business in general and like how you should be pricing yourself, as a business owner. And there's other topics in there like Pinterest and SEO stuff in there. And then if you want to learn about floral design, there's also multiple floral design courses in there as well. So we can post the Bloom bundle link after this for you guys on our Instagram page, the Flowers and Friends _talk show for Bloom TV. If you guys just want to have a look and go check that website out.
Absolutely. There's a quick reminder that I want to make sure everybody is very aware about, because we have a big thing today. All right. Where Women Create collaborated. You've heard us before. You would have seen Jessie before. Jessica came on and she told her story. Well, she has the very first produced video between Bloom and the collaboration with What Women Create. And it's on newsstands right now, which means you can go to Barnes & Noble, or you can go to Whole Foods, Michael's, anywhere where they are sold, and you can pick up your copy and you can actually see that the link is there. I believe we have a QR code actually where the video will pop up for you. If you missed it on Bloom TV, you can watch the replay there. Yes, that's exact. Thank you for posting that. It's such a good story. It's such a beautiful, well done video. And we're all so excited about that. The other reminder is we have a giveaway going on every week. So want to make sure that you go to Bloom TV and subscribe to that. So the giveaway means I'm going to give you free paint. And I am happy to do that every single week. We also are giving away an annual subscription to Bloom TV. So if you check that out, take a screenshot. So when we're doing that display, if you're worried you're going to forget and you don't have time to watch the replay, just do a quick screenshot if you're watching from your phone. Right, ladies?
Yes, right. Just one quick thing. The magazine will be in stores on July 5th. Right now, people are getting it on the mail, but you cannot find it until July 5th.
Thank you.
If you go to Barnes & Noble and don't see it, go back on.
It's coming. It's coming.
It's coming.
All right, ladies, well, we have a super fun show today. So in our theme with getting ourselves ready for the 4th of July celebrations, we have Jessie-Sierra Ross that is going to be with us today. Hello, Miss Jessie. Hello. Welcome.
Hi. So
Jessie,
happy to be with you.
Jessie, I have been obsessed with watching your videos, and I just want you to know that I popped on a few. I wanted to know more about you, and they sucked me in. You know what it is? You know what it is? It's your photography and your lighting. It's like Everything just is so edible. I just want to pull it out of the screen. You have nailed your branding, sister.
Oh, thank you so much. You know, it was a process. I'll tell you. I'll be very honest with you to find what made us special and what made something straight to the hips baby. And, you know, it's light and bright with lush florals. I mean, how can you get any better than that, especially when you're connecting with flowers and friends and Bloom TV?
Yes, we're so excited for all that you're going to share with us today. I can't wait to try it later on this weekend.
Yeah, I know. So Jessie has actually sent us all the recipes that we're going to be posting, and I'm like, okay, I got to go to the store and get this for this weekend and that for this weekend.
And we'll post everything on our Instagram page, so that's why you need to follow our Flowers and Friends official on Instagram, because we're posting the recipes there.
Yes, absolutely. Just a quick reminder to all of you popping on. We see you, we see your comments. We are grateful for you. And this is an open, casual discussion. Just imagine you're hanging out with all of us in your living room, and we are going to sip some cocktails if we could through the screen. We're going to do that today. She has a magic wand with all of her delicacies. I don't really know the right terminology, but my goodness, I even saw that there was a vegetarian recipe list on your website. So I was really excited about that.
Absolutely. We want to cater to everyone because the whole inspiration for this is to get people back in the kitchen and enjoying what they make, what they create. So vegetarian, vegan, gluten-free, mixology, cocktails, desserts, we have it all.
Jessie, I would really love to know how you began your career.
That's a very good question because it's sort of a paradox, if I'm honest about it. I actually originally was a professional ballerina from Boston. So my life was all point shoes and tutus and going to the bar, but not the bar that you're thinking of where you can get a gin and tonic, but the ballet bar where you would work for hours and hours. And, you know, during my time in the theater, in the studio, I kind of honed my eye for sleek, clean, beautiful lines, very feminine sort of technique. And when I eventually retired from professional dance, moved out to the country with my family, I found myself wanting to do something. I needed to be creative. I was going stir crazy because I had baby babble in one ear and this urge to create in the other. So that's when I started to cook and share what I made with my friends, with my family, and then eventually to this greater audience, both via the website, during TV segments, press. It's been astounding. And what I like to think is that those sort of techniques, those sort of years and experiences on stage have really helped me to perfect how to write a recipe, how to teach, and then how to present in a simple but beautiful manner.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, I could listen to you all day.
Yes.
I was mentioning your photography, and I'm really, you know, I'm blown away because it's so continuous with all of your platforms, and then your whole demeanor, your whole setup. It really draws your audience in. I know that you do a lot of television, right?
Correct. I do a lot of television. Thankfully, I'm so blessed. But yes, it's the light and bright. We came about doing this. My husband and I are a creative team for our website and our blog, and I do most of the styling now, and he does most of the photography. But we came about during a time when dark and moody was the thing. And then suddenly you end up scrolling through your social media feeds, and all of a sudden it's lush flowers, and there's fruits, and there's cocktails, and it's light, and it's very fairy tale-ish. You know, I want something that looks like you just stepped towards the seashore, maybe the south of France, or you're wandering through this luscious English countryside garden with the herbs and the flowers falling over each other, but in a way that is not overwhelming. You know, I want you to see these images and feel curious, feel hungry, but overall that you want more.
It's working.
That's wonderful to hear.
It's working, girl. We're excited to see what you've got here with us today.
Very good. Should we get started?
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
Please.
All right. So we are going to be creating some amazing barbecue ready cocktails. The first one we're going to be creating is the creamy coconut paloma. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, what the heck is a paloma? Isn't that grapefruit? Yeah, you're right. But really, when you're talking about mixology, a Paloma is more akin to a margarita, except for one difference. Do you know what
Okay.
that difference is?
No.
Aha. A margarita is tequila, citrus, sweetener, and orange liqueur. A Paloma are those same ingredients plus a little extras, but without the orange liqueur. So that's the only difference. It's kind of like the younger sister of the
Okay.
margarita. So we're going to be doing a coconut-based one. It's going to be light and creamy, but it has 0 dairy in it. So it's really beautiful and refreshing on a hot summer day. So the very first thing we're going to start with is, of course, the coconut milk. Now, I like to use boxed coconut milk that you would find in the freezer case or the dairy, not the dairy aisle, the refrigerated aisle. There we go. It's lighter. You don't want coconut milk in a can because it's very, very fatty and it will separate in your cocktail. So you don't want that in this. You want something that's perfectly blended. So we have about 2.5 ounces here. If you love coconut milk, you can use more. If you're not a big fan, use a little less.
I love coconut milk.
Yeah.
The next, I do too. I have it in my coffee. I have it in my cereal.
too.
I can't. Yeah, it's amazing. In this one, I have about 1.5 ounces of fresh lime juice. Now that lime is zesty. It's punchy. It's exhilarating on the palate.
It's got a
But
kick.
it has a kick exactly, and it plays so well with tequila. But do not use bottled. Do not do it. Don't do it. You'll hear me scream from afar. Don't do bottled. Get your citrus zester,
Fresh.
squeeze it out. It's going to be fine. Right in. It takes no time, and it makes such a difference in taste and quality.
Okay.
So that goes in. The next thing we're going to do is add about 1 ounce of simple syrup. Who knows about simple syrup? I'm sure one of you knows about simple syrup.
Oh, I
No,
do.
ma'am.
Aha! Tell me.
Well, isn't that where you boil water and sugar together, right?
Yes.
No. Okay.
Yes. So it's,
Oh,
and
well, that's
I love
easy.
that you know that as a flower gardener, because this is the same substance that those hummingbirds love, So, but we're going to drink it ourselves. So it's sugar and water, equal parts, boiled until it's syrupy. And the reason we use a simple syrup versus straight table sugar is that it's already dissolved. So you don't have to worry about getting that grit in your drink. You can use this even in your coffee, your iced tea, your smoothies if you're looking for a sweetener. And the best part is if you want to amplify a flavor, you can also infuse a simple syrup with herbs, fresh herbs or dried, or even flowers. I have made peony simple syrups. I've made violet and lavender simple syrups. It's amazing. This is plain simple syrup. So right in. Next, we're going to use elderflower liqueur, which is this beautiful, vibrant. Yes, you know what
Does
elderflower
it smell
liqueur.
like a flower? I've never smelled it.
It's like diving into a bouquet. It's
Okay.
amazing. And it creates this floral background note to this cocktail. So we're
Okay.
just going to add a splash right there. And of course, the star of the show, an aged tequila. Reposado tequila, it means it's a mid-aged tequila. So it's not a blanco, which is white and kind of raw on the tongue. Very common to use in margaritas. And it's not an añejo, which is a syrupy aged tequila that you would sip more than you would throw into a cocktail. This is the most beautiful sort of middle ground. It has a sense of pepper, of spice, of, this very beautiful vanilla-ish quality to it. We're going to add that right in.
In case people are not, I have to ask you, in case people are not taking notes right now, which I hope they are, but if they're not, are all of these recipes available on your website, Jessie?
They are indeed. And in fact, I make it even easier because I make them with recipe cards that you can print. So if you are not a Pinterest person or you don't like saving a gazillion windows on your browser, you can print the recipe. And they're online. There's a great catalog of recipes and cocktails for you to choose from. All of them are delicious, balanced, and definitely approachable.
Beautiful.
So we added ice. We close up our shaker. And this is when we start to do our arm workout. We're just going to shake for about 20 to 30 seconds until it's frosted.
Okay.
And while you're shaking, you can start thinking about, what am I going to serve this cocktail in? Is it going to be a tumbler? Is it going to be a tall glass? Or is it going to be a gorgeous coupe?
Oh, I
Isn't
love
that lovely?
Yes, it is.
Coupe. Coupe is traditionally used for champagne or gin sours, but it's marvelous for this cocktail. So right in, we're doing a strain. Watch this.
Ooh, yum. Jessie, I would love to know, how did you have to go to school to learn all of this?
No, I'm a consummate student. I like to drink. No, it's terrible. I always joke that I came to cocktails because I have 3 young children, and they forced me. But no, I love cocktails because there's a way of layering fresh ingredients that is really nuanced and detail oriented, and I really enjoy creating balanced cocktails. So every single one of my cocktails is going to be rounded. You're never going to get like a pop of vodka or a pop of gin. You're going to get floral, citrus, tart, sometimes even savory and spicy, along with my liqueurs and liquors. So it's one of those things I just really enjoy doing, and I've developed a style and technique, and I'm thankful that people enjoy it.
Wow.
Where do you get your flowers, Jessie?
Oh, good question. I knew someone was going to ask that. I actually grow them. So I have a whole flower garden in my backyard. I grow pansies, violets, lavender. I also really enjoy growing geraniums. Anything that's edible and food safe. It's much easier to grow your own than say to go out and buy, but you can buy online. There are various people that you can buy from, or even your local health food store will have edible flowers, and that's the key, edible, because you do not want to make your guests or yourself sick. So that way you ensure the highest quality. But even for this one, I have some beautiful Thai purple basil. I'm going to garnish right there.
Beautiful.
And I have some pansies right on, and that is the creamy coconut pearl.
Cheers.
Beautiful.
Cheers.
Cheers, my friend.
Cool.
Now, this next one is easy peasy, ready for the patio, the sunshine, the pool, the fireworks, and you don't even need a shaker.
Oh,
You ready?
Yes.
Okay,
All
let's
right.
see what we have.
So we are going to be making a fresh grapefruit April spritz.
Okay.
Fresh.
Have you ever had one?
No.
No, ma'am.
You're
You
missing
are opening
out.
my eyes to new flavors for sure.
Yes.
Amazing. This is a 4-ingredient, really, cocktail. All you need is a large glass and a stir. So it's based with Prosecco. Now, let's see if we can get this open. This is one of those times when you're at a party, you're entertaining, a hush falls over the crowd. They're wondering if you're going to be able to open this. I'm wondering if I'm going to be able to open this. Now,
The pop.
No pressure. Ready, let's
did you
go.
know though, with champagne and Prosecco, it's not supposed to make that pop.
Oh.
In fact, if it does, it means all the gases came out. I didn't know this until recently. Because with Prosecco, it's a sweet wine that's had nitrogen, I think, injected into it. And with champagne, it's natural, but we want it to be very quiet. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, so impressive.
The audience was waiting for the pop, though. Everyone's like, I'm waiting for the pop. I'm waiting for the pop.
Well, I got to tell you, that face I make it every time I open a bottle of champagne or Prosecco. But we have a beautiful, it's a not too sweet Prosecco, and we're going to follow a 4-3-2-1 ratio. Now, do what you will with this, but what we're going to do is add 4 ounces of Prosecco right in. I'm going to eyeball this because really it's summertime. The living is easy.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We're just going to add.
Yeah,
There's
I don't like
a really
to measure
good
anything.
question out there. They're asking if you have to disinfect the flowers before you use them.
That's an excellent question. And I would say if you are growing your flowers by yourself and you know that they haven't been sprayed with pesticides, and this is the benefit of growing your own, all you have to do is give it a good rinse, possibly with a mix of white vinegar and water too, if you're feeling very, detail oriented about it. But no, not typically if you've grown it yourself. If you're foraging for flowers, yes, you must, because you don't know where those flowers have been or what has been sprayed on them.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Good device. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, this is April, which is a bitter orange liqueur. It's a fortified wine, which means it's a spirit that has quite a bit of sugar in it. And you can drink it as an aperitif, as the Italians do, over ice with a little bit of orange. And I have to say, a April spritz is a classic Italian pre-dinner drink. I drink them all summer long. It doesn't even matter what time of day. Well, it does matter what time of day. I wait until 5 o'clock early summer. But it's light and it's easy and so refreshing. And what's great about it is you don't get that tipsy. So you can have 1 or 2 of them and, enjoy yourself and not have to worry. So again, we're going to add 3 ounces of April, and look at that color.
That's so
right
pretty. Look at the color.
Isn't it gorgeous? And it
It is.
smells like orange. It's just delightful. The next step we're going to use is, again, fresh citrus. I squeezed some fresh ruby red grapefruits. Do not get bottled. Fresh is best. Eyeballing that right in. Perfect. Now we're going to add just a splash of simple syrup. I have it in this jar here that I keep in my refrigerator. And what's great about simple syrup is it can last for about 3 weeks before you need to get rid of it.
Wow.
So right here, if you don't like very sweet drinks, skip it. You don't need it. I like a touch. Some people put about a tablespoon. I like about a teaspoon.
It is like a summer day sunset right from the bottle.
Right?
Yes.
And then just a little bit of soda water,
Give it
just to
some
top it off.
Okay.
And then you take a very long spoon and you're going to gently stir just to toss it around.
Wow.
And then the fun part, you're going to garnish. I love using fresh French lavender. So I'm going to twist and sink. I am going to also create a little garnish out of a piece of citrus zest.
You make it look so easy.
Yes.
But because it is. If someone who hasn't gone to school for it professionally and has learned everything, by trial and error and watching can do it, you can do it too. It really is so easy. You can not only impress yourself, but you can impress your guests with a stunning, beautiful, bespoke cocktail. And truly, it's easy peasy. This is a little geranium, but violets would be gorgeous in this.
Beautiful.
And
beautiful.
That is summer in a glass.
Can't wait to try it.
I know. We can't wait
I'll
to
try it for you
as well.
You
try
try
it.
Cheers.
It's amazing. Cheers, my friends.
Cheers,
Thank you
my
for
friend.
letting me show you my love of cocktails.
Absolutely.
No,
Thank you for showing us.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Can't wait to try them. So it's time for the flower centerpiece for this weekend's parties, this weekend's gatherings. And I really like to make your flowers be something really easy that anyone can do, that you don't need to put a lot of effort into it, and that it's going to be easy because you're doing so many things if you're hosting a party. So to me, mason jars are like the ideal way to make a centerpiece. You already have the jars and you're reusing, which is something we need to do for the earth right now. So I always save my jars from everything, and I have them ready for when I need them for my flowers. I think 3 mason jars are ideal if you have a long table or if you have a round table. If you have a long table, you just put 3 in the table, and it gives space also for all the things you might be putting into your table, like ketchup, condiments, or whatever you're doing, depending on what you're preparing. And if you have a round table, the same. You put 3 mason jars and they fill the space perfectly. Then, I have red, blue, and white flowers. And I like to buy like 1 bunch of each. I got alstromerias because they were fun, red. There are not that many blue flowers. And oh my God, this second, I just forgot the name of these ones, but Kara,
those are cool.
Eryngium.
Thank you, Eryngium. Yes, I was blank.
That's teamwork right there.
Yes.
And these are so cool because I always like to have a fun element in my tables because people will be like, what's that? Is that real? So it brings a conversation piece. And then I have white scabiosa.
Those are awesome.
Beautiful.
When you're making mason jars, I like to have like, I don't know what the word is, but like fluffy, bunchy flowers, not single stem, because you will need more flowers. So I have my 3 bunches, and I will use 1/3 of each for each one of my mason jars. I just divide them, and I'm only gonna do 1 right now, but it's 1/3 of each. And I start with the bulkiest one. That way It's the stems of the flowers that will help all the other flowers look fluffy.
Mm-hmm.
You always need to measure. And one thing that I think it's very important, and it's a key ingredient, because most people will put their flowers straight in the mason jar. So at the end, it will be like everything's crowded together. Is that a word?
Yes.
So I like to put them at an angle. That
Okay.
way, we will give them more space for them to be all over. See?
Yes.
Like
So
that.
you're starting with the white because they're more full, and then you're putting them in at an angle so they'll kind of drape open rather than straight up at the top. Okay. I'm with
Exactly.
you. I'm
And
following.
then I'm putting the other ones that are bulkiest, which are my eryngium.
Yep.
And I got 3, and I'll try to have them at a different size because we don't want them all to be the same height.
Mhm.
We want them to be playful, to have movement. So this is something very important. When
Okay.
you're cutting them, since you're not putting them straight, you need to measure where you want it to be and cut at that part of the angle. Because if you measure it from the table, then it's gonna be too long. So you need to measure to the side, because you're putting it at an angle.
Okay.
That way, those are the key elements for making a fluffy arrangement. You're inserting them at an angle, so you need to measure at an angle, not to the table.
Yep. And you're turning your jar around, which I think is always a key element, is to actually don't forget the back. There is no back.
Exactly. So see, everything's looking fluffy. Can you see the blue flowers? Kind of.
Yes. Anna,
They add
have you ever
amazing
worked-
texture.
Even though my alstromerias have a lot of flowers, but they're the smallest one. So these are the ones I put at the end. I could have used Gerbera daisies, any red flower. But see, and we keep going to the sides. It's easy, really. You just need to measure, have your stems clean. Otherwise, you will have bacteria, and we don't want any bacteria.
No.
And
This
think
is
that
looking good.
you can do this like 3, you can do them today for your Monday gathering, and it's gonna be relaxing. You'll get to enjoy them longer. And then after your party, you can have your guest take one home, and that's gonna be like so lovely.
That's a wonderful thing. I love the red, white, and blue thing. Now I have to ask all of you more floral educated people, can we eat those too?
No. I got this at the supermarket, but not in the vegetable section. I got them at their florist section, and you cannot eat flowers from your flower shop.
Right.
Those have a lot of pesticides and chemicals and things that are not good for you.
Right.
Okay. Well,
And the
Go ahead.
blue,
Okay.
the blue eryngium. I know it's hard to see right now, but it's a thistle, so it would hurt.
Oh.
I love to grow that
Yes,
one. at
thank
the
you.
farm,
I
and
get
love
that
to
now.
I love to use scabiosa because that's in bloom in my farm right now too. Yes. So fun.
I love that.
Love
Anna, that's really beautiful, and I want to thank you for the red, white, and blue theme. I actually tried to pick up a few things and plan a little bit. I've got some little festive things, and I'm excited to share with you my little project. But I also wanted to thank Jessie again, because I went through a rabbit hole of watching your videos yesterday, and I've mentioned them so much, but all that you do and all that you offer. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching today and you really enjoyed what you saw, which I don't know how you couldn't, you can go to bloomtvnetwork.com and look up her name, and she has videos there, which all of our videos are not very long, but make sure you're also following her on social media as well. She is often on television, and you can follow her journey as you go, not only learn from her, but it's very enjoyable, energizing, and all of her drinks, not only do they evoke all of that energy, but her content is absolutely stunning. So thank you. I am very, very thrilled with that. So I think we even have a clip that we can post if that's possible. Do we have a clip we can show?
That would be amazing. certainly add some grapefruit slices to your picture. This helps give a hint to your guests what exactly is going on in that cocktail. Right in. We have some beautiful flowers. I like to think of this cocktail like, a Midsummer Night's Party. So we want a lot of floral elements. We have some beautiful cosmos, a purple pansy, and some flowering herbs. And this, my friends, is a refreshing and delicious solstice grapefruit basil smash.
So I'm positive that we just need the Jessie show.
Yeah.
Like, I'm hooked, girl. I am a big time fan, and we need the Jessie show. That was like I forget that I'm getting ready to paint and do a demo because I'm like, what?
Oh.
Anyway, I do have something quick for you guys today, and this is my little dollar store DIY easy peasy thing. So your challenge, and we're all going to take this challenge this week, ladies. I want you to go into your cabinets, and I want you to pull out a vase or an old something or another that you're not using anymore, that you didn't pay very much for. This was from the dollar store, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to make it look like an Anthropologie hack, okay? Anthropologie is my favorite store. This was not much. It's very basic. It's fine. We agree it's fine, right?
Yes.
You put the best flowers in it. It's fine. However, I want to show you, and the challenge is for you all this week as well. And if you do this project with us and post it on social media, tag us, the Flowers and Friends Talk Show, and we will share your project. This is what I've done since, and I'm going to finish it with you guys today. Same jar.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
Same jar, friends. So dollar store to Anthropologie,
Stunning.
all in a few minutes. The paint that I use is a clay-based paint. So it's really easy to paint on glass or any type of metal or mirrors, anything that's shiny. The clay in my paint will actually stick to just about anything without priming. So just to get this dripped look, I used two colors. I used a dark teal, which is called Bohemian Blue. And this is from DIY Paint. Like, it's a clay-based paint, which means it's really porous and it's clay. So it'll adhere to anything, which I don't like priming. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't like priming. I don't like sanding. I like to just paint. So another color is called Prom Queen. So I took these two colors, lightly brushed it on this, and then I sprayed it with water, and I literally just let it drip down the jar. Make sure you have something covered, you have a drop cloth, you have plastic down. And then I took our golden ticket and I let it drip. That's it. I walked away from it for 2 hours and I let it. And I thought I could leave it like that, but this is a flower talk show. So what are we going to do here? We're going to dive on in with some flowers. So I have a plate of acrylics. You don't need a whole lot of color, but all I've done since then is I dove in with my favorite brushes. They are my brushes of choice. They're from Paint Pixie, and I love the quality. I've taken my angled brush, no big deal, and just twisted, followed the bottom of the vase down. And I feel like I always say this is easy because if I can, you can. Look, I'm just making lines. The trick is dipping multiple colors on your brush. And that gives it more of an organic, natural look. So if you've got some reds or like different shades of green, it wouldn't even hurt to have just a drop of black on my brush. You can see that I have multiple colors here. I'm going to start from the top, right here at the neck, and I'm going to make Anthropologie wish they had my vase, okay? All right.
We can contact you one day. We can have a turquoise iris line of Anthropologie vases.
Oh, now you're telling all my dreams out loud.
Make it happen.
Make that on the mason jars, right?
Yes, you could do that straight onto your mason jar, sister. You could use this paint. There are tons of different paints you could use. I only know what I use, and this is why I'm familiar with it. So you could use other paints. You could use your acrylics as well. I just don't know how well they'll drip the way that I use my clay-based paints, okay? Now let's do a flower, because I did this flower here. Okay.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Simple.
Like an anemone.
Angled brush. Watch this. Y'all watching?
Yes.
All right, easy. Just shake it around in a few circles. Just shake it around.
Okay.
Okay, I have white and yellow on here together. So I want to see everybody's projects this week. We're going to challenge you to pull something out of your cabinet that you're no longer using. So you can tell that that's kind of got, I mean, you can tell.
Yes.
We're going to, okay, we're all on the same
Yes.
page. I'm like, you can tell, right?
Yes.
We can tell. It can be either Alicianthus or an anemone.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Anna. So I'm going to take my round brush and I'm just going to give it a little bit of center, just very organically. It's not going to matter too much, right? And I'm just going to like do a few lines here and weave some of that black in here just for some shading. It's not going to be too hard. Then I'm going to dip into my orangey red color. I have red cadmium and I'm mixing it with my yellow cadmium. I'm just going to take this warm color and I'm going to dump it on some of these petals for a more natural look as well. And I'm just going to repeat that process around and around and around. And we are going to make anthropology go, huh. You think you can do this, ladies? You think you can?
Yes.
Expect a call this afternoon.
I
They're
just
gonna
want to
be
show you.
contacting you, definitely.
Oh, well, I'm totally teasing with that. I just want to say that you don't have to spend a lot of money to have a big impact when you're setting up your table or you're wanting to style a home. I know a lot of people kind of hesitate having company over because they think they have to really decorate and play it up and do all of these different things. But I think we all have things at the top of the cabinet or, down in the below at the bottom of the cabinet, all the way to the back. And it's like, okay, what am I going to do with this? Let's get some paint on it. Let's have some fun and let's jazz it up a little bit. So I grabbed these and I think I've combined my style with a little 4th of July style.
So couple of things here. First of all, Girl Upcycled Studio said, imagine a collection of these. Dionne, I think I see something in your future that you need to do, first of all. And second of all, someone asked, where's the comment right here? Oh, where should they post if they do this DIY project? Dionne, you want to tell them where they can post?
Absolutely. First off, Girl Upcycled, Kelly, my girl. Kelly has hosted a retreat with me. She is my most precious intuitive artist. So Kelly, I'll only do it if you help me. How about that? We'll do it together. And second, if you want to do a project, post it on social media. We're on Instagram. That's our primary for the Flower Talk show at Flowers and Friends. And here's the little banner showing you what our handle looks like. Post it on your story or post it on your own page. If you don't have anything, feel free to email us. Can I email one of you ladies and one of you ladies with your email? Would that be a good place for them
Absolutely,
to also?
yeah, sure.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so either Kara at bloomtvnetwork.com or Anna at bloomtvnetwork.com.
Ana Galena.
Yeah, Ana Galena. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes. Yes, we would really love to see you guys do these vases and post it. Like, I want to go home too. Like, I actually have a whole collection of vases that I have been saving just to paint. And I don't paint stuff. Like my thing is I like to create gardens, and that is my way of being artistic. But I just had this collection of vases, and I'm like, I want to save these and I want to paint them one day. So now I have my excuse to do that.
Kara, I need to tell you something before you go, because someone at the beginning of the show was like, I love Kara's festive.
I know, right? I wasn't planning on wearing this the whole show, but they just kind of stuck. I mean, I'm only on here an hour, so it's it goes with the show theme today.
I love it.
It's amazing.
It goes with the show theme. So I actually have my little flower display. All these flowers I grew at my farm. I had to bring in the sunflowers that are blooming right now because we talked all about sunflowers on the show last week. And today I'm going to show you something simple and fun that you can do for your table. Maybe if you have like a little herb garden, right outside of your home. I know I am actually having several people over to swim in the pool and to have a barbecue. And so I'm going to have a cute little table set up. And so I thought it would be fun to welcome my guests. I have my napkins here. Got to have the 4th of July theme. And then I've just put together this simple little bouquet that I will be laying on top of the napkin. So when they sit down, it'll be like a nice little welcome for them. And also will be a great like little conversation piece because people will be like, what is this? And so as they say that, let me tell you what I have in this cute little bundle right here. Yeah, so I grow all of this at my farm. I have a couple of favorite herbs that I love to grow. Jessie, I love that she brought in the lavender into her drinks in the segment today. I grow lavender as well. So I live in the Nashville, Tennessee area, and I love to grow a lavender called Lavandula Phenomenal. I feel like it does pretty well in my soil. Lavender really likes good, well-draining soil. So just so you guys know. But I've got some lavender right here we're going to use today, and it smells so good. And by the way, one of my videos that I have on Bloom TV Network that I have on there is all about harvesting lavender at the right stage and also how to dry lavender properly later for later. So, yeah, got
I love that.
And then my other little purple pop in our little bouquet today, this is an oregano right here. Isn't it so cute? It's got these cute little flower heads. This is called Drops of Jupiter Oreganum. And it's, it is a perennial for us in my zone 7. And so this comes back every year. And I'm really excited because this is the first year I've gotten to use it because I just planted it last year. So we have this we're going to put in our bouquet. And then I love to grow mint for foliage in my bouquets. And because mint is very abundant. And word caution here. If you plant mint, it spreads like wildflower. So you don't want to plant mint in your flower beds because it will take over your flower beds. It needs to be in a container.
Okay.
Actually, preferably without a hole because mint the roots will come out and it will find the earth somewhere else. So a pot without a hole is good. I have it planted on my farm in an area that's away from everything that it can just go wild, and I love it. So the first mint I have is called orange mint, and that is this one right here. And the second mint that I have is this beautiful, like dusty gray mint. It is called mountain mint.
That's pretty. I love that.
I've never seen that one. It's so beautiful.
This is one of my favorites. It's actually a really long stem. I just have it cut down for the show right here, but this is beautiful in a bouquet because it really rounds out a bouquet and is a nice filler. And so I have all of these, and the last little element to my cute little posy bouquet for our napkin is dried statice. Have you ever worked with statice?
Yes.
So I grow statice, and it dries just like this. Whatever color the statice is, it dries beautifully and just like it. So I have this little piece here. And so for our little bouquet, I'm just going to take my lavender. It's the easiest little thing here. You just have your little bundle, and then I'm going to strip the leaves off this.
Now you have a test that you're going to give us a test check, right? Like you do every week?
Yeah, they're asking about that. Right? Our audience wants a test.
I know.
I need a test. How do I know?
The lavender one.
I don't have the best test check. So I try to harvest the lavender when it's just starting to open right here. And then it will continue to open after this. Like you will retain the best fragrance if you harvest it at this stage. But I mean, lavender is great to harvest at any stage, really. I have no mind-blowing test this week. I'm so very sorry.
Totally teasing you.
I know.
But it's great that you tell us that we can harvest it while not all the flowers are open, because a lot of people will think, oh, we need to wait until everything opens. So that's a good test.
Well, if you wait for all the lavender buds to be open, the bumblebees, if you've ever grown lavender, they love it. All my honeybees are at my farm. They are all over the lavender. And so they actually take away some of the fragrance of the lavender because they're on there eating it, which is fine. I want them to. But I grabbed some for me too before they get to all of it.
That's interesting. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, they really love it. And the pollinators really love all the mint as well. This mountain mint, they go crazy over that. So we've got our lavender, we've got our oregano, and you're just putting the little bunches together. I just cut a tiny little stem the little side shoot off this mountain mint. And we just lay it on top of there. And then, let's see, where is my next piece? Oh, we have got my orange mint right here. Now, I actually cut this early. This orange mint has a purple flower that will happen in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Did you guys know that mint flowers?
No. See,
Okay,
I knew there was something you were holding back on. You knew there was something you were keeping from me, but I'm like, now that I did not know. I also would love to talk a little bit about the cost, because I know it's hard for you to actually, put a price on this, but I feel like all of those things grow pretty much in abundance. So it's a really a very inexpensive way to really pack a punch on your table. So,
well, it's, mint is so easy to propagate. So whenever I sell a bouquet, and I actually have one of these long mint stems in there, if you leave mint in water for a few days, it will start rooting, which means you will have a plant on your hands. And all you do is you take that mint, and you're going to stick that rooted stem and put it in some potting soil in your house first, and water it, and let it go a few weeks to grow the roots out and kind of get established. And then you're going to put that outside, like in a shady area, for a couple of days to let it acclimate to the temperature outside. And then you move it to sun for a few days. And then you can plant it in your garden after that. And you will have mint like for years. Mint is very hard to get rid of.
I love that. I'm curious how many varieties of mint do you actually grow in your home garden?
I have several. I have lemon mint, the traditional mojito mint. I've done orange mint before, spearmint. I love mint, even as a simple sort of flavorant for iced water. If you pack it in a big thermos with some lemon slices, some fresh mint leaves that you've bruised a little bit, because that's the trick with mint or any herb, is you bruise it and the oils will come out. So I have a lot, but I have a question for you, Cara, because this is something I've always wondered. Is there a best time of day to go and cut or harvest your herbs?
Oh yeah, very early in the morning, like at sunrise, before the heat of the day. You want to try to harvest all of your herbs and your flowers. And if you just aren't a morning person and can't get up then, do it at sunset when the day has cooled down a bit and it is not hot outside. The key is, if you try to cut mint in the heat of the day when the sun is blaring down, you're going to bring this mint inside and it's going to flop over. Now, sometimes it will perk back up after several hours in the water, but early in the morning is the best.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Great tip.
Wait to try it.
Okay.
Someone said, I heard you only cut on new growth for mint.
On new growth. Well, I mean, so what mint does for me at my farm is it dies back down in the winter. So each new year, all the mint just grows up, and I just harvest from that each year. So technically it's new growth for me every year. But you definitely want to make sure that it is more mature and long stems, because if you try to cut little baby mint plants, I mean, that's fine, I guess, if you want to use that in drinks. But for cut flowers, you definitely want to make sure that the stems are about 18 inches long, because they're pretty mature at that point, and then you can cut it. So
awesome. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Yeah, the last step to our little bouquet is I just have some jute twine, very easy. You can use whatever you have at your house, and you just tie a little knot. And because of the magic of I already have this done, here's our finished little bundle right here. And you just lay it on the napkin.
Beautiful.
It's just really cute for your holiday celebrations.
Yay!
Your
And
friends will come over and they'll be like, what is this? And you'll be like, oh, smell it. Because that's what I say. I'm like, hey, you got to smell this. And so you go smell it, and they'll be like, I've never smelled fresh lavender before. And you will open them up to a whole new world of fresh herbs.
Wow, that's incredible. I love
Gorgeous.
it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And well, here we love giving away things. So I just got news from Monica, our CEO, that if any of you guys are viewers, send us pictures of a jar, a bottle, or something that you paint using Dionne's techniques. We will give everyone that sends a picture 1 month subscription to Bloom TV. So really do it. Do it for the fun. You're going to love Bloom TV. It's filled with so much beautiful information about our flower world. A lot of things that we might have never considered because I mean, I'm a florist and I would use flowers for designing, but now I've learned that there are people like Dionne inspired to paint, like Jessie making drinks with them, Kara farming and teaching us about having a flower garden, not mostly because you want to farm, but so you can have your flowers and bring them inside. Now we can also have our flower garden to eat them. I mean, Bloom TV is incredible.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. Make sure you guys go onto Bloom TV Network, and every single week they send out a newsletter. Now, this is going to keep you informed. We're going to remind you of the giveaways. We're going to remind you, we're going to target some of the Bloom experts and what our topics are. We're going to remind you when a new collaboration comes out with what women create inside their magazine, and on our Bloom TV Network. So there's a lot of things going on, and the best way to find out about it is going to the newsletter and subscribing. So
absolutely.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was so excited. I was going to tell them about the Instagram page too, you know, where they can go and find us. We are on Instagram at Flowers and Friends _talk show on Instagram. And that is where we love to share clips of the shows each week and who our new guests are that are going to be on for each week. So make sure you follow us there, and let's play the Eden video right now. And then we will come back and say goodbye.
Yes, absolutely.
We have built the world's first flower-focused streaming network, bringing the public educational and entertaining shows that highlight the magic of flowers. Learn how to heal through flowers, cook with flowers, design your living space to reflect nature, make crafts using florals, sustainably garden, and so much more. We are your network for all things floral. Join us at Bloom TV as we help bring beauty to the lives of people and the planet through nature's most beautiful creation, the flower.
I am very excited for next week's show. Are we able to tell them a little bit about who might come on with us, or are we can, Anna?
Tell them. Get them excited.
I'm gonna let you tell them because I don't want to say the name wrong, but I'm super excited about Ace. It's Ace coming on, right?
Ace Berry. It's how we say it wrong. Yeah, it's gonna be an exciting show. Tell them about Ace, Kara, please.
Yeah, Ace is a floral designer, and he was on, I believe he was on HBO, The Bloom Show. And so he's just so fun, and he is going to be at a floral event next week, and he's going to kind of be there and showing us around the conference that they're doing and telling us about it. And we are just super excited about that.
Oh, his clips on Bloom TV. When I watched his video, and I immediately went and followed him on Instagram, and I've just really I love his passion for his designs. They're very extravagant, and I'm all in. So I'm really looking forward, and we hope that you will tune in. And we want to thank you so much for being here with us today.
Yes, Jessie, thank you so much for everything. Everyone, you have some really great ideas for this weekend. And just like every other week, please join us next week. Tell them why, Kara.
Because everything is better with flowers and friends.